Hi everyone, welcome to Key to Blogging, and in this video I will show you how you can create a quiz website in WordPress. So whether you want to start a quiz website or you want to add a quiz section to your existing website, then this video is for you. So let's check how you can add a quiz section in your WordPress website using some simple tricks. So let's get started. And by the way, if you found this video helpful, then make sure to hit the like button. So for this we can use varieties of plugins. First one is the quiz and survey master. So you can use this plugin to create a quiz section in WordPress as well, or you can use a plugin like Forminator. So this is a all-in-one plugin, like you can use it for contact form, custom form builder. So you can also use this to create quizzes as well. So for this video we are going to use this plugin, quiz and survey master, and let's check how you can set up this plugin in your WordPress website. So for this I will go to WordPress dashboard and I will go to plugins and I will click on add new, and I can simply search for quiz and survey master, and here it is. Let's install this plugin and let's activate this plugin. Okay, after installing this plugin you will see this option, quiz and survey master QSM, and let's go to the dashboard here. Now here you will see this option like this, so you can directly create a quiz from your dashboard. So before that let's do some settings. So this is the global settings for this quiz, and here you can see that you can allow usage tracking or not, and you can set a error message log or not, so you can uncheck that. And you can also disable IP address. If you don't want to collect IP address, then you can disable that, but I don't recommend you should disable this because it will help you filter out unnecessary form submissions or unnecessary quiz submissions. So let's keep it as disable. And there is this option to no index quizzes. If you don't want to index these quizzes in search result, then you can also disable this as well. And you can also disable the quiz archives or quiz public link. So I don't recommend you should enable this as well. And you can enable this option, delete all the data. So if you want to delete this plugin, then all of the data will be deleted from your database. So you can enable this option. And you can select this option, process the email to yes. So let's keep it like that. And here you can set a quiz URLs log. So whenever you are embedding a quiz, then it will add the URLs log in that link. So let's keep it to something like key to blogging quizzes like this. Now here you can set this option as well. Click on save changes here. Now here you will see this option, quiz types. So by default it will see three options like quiz, survey and simple form. So obviously we need to add a quiz to our website, so we'll set this quiz type to quiz. And there is the grading system, like whether you want to show correct and incorrect grading system or point system. Like if you select this point option, then whenever someone answer the question, he will be given 1 point, or you can assign 4 points, and whenever someone give the wrong answer, you can assign a 0 point as well. So I will keep it both from here and here. Correct answer logic, so let's keep it to any correct answer. And default number of answers, so let's keep it as 1. But if you are running a quiz where multiple answers are present, then you can set this default number of answer here as well. Now whether you want to enable the user to log in before participating in the quiz, then you can set this option, so that whenever a user log in to your website, then only he can participate in that quiz. So I will keep it to open, so I will keep it as no. Now you can set the limit number of questions. So whether you want to load only 5 questions in the beginning and then add a pagination, or you want to load all the quizzes in the same page. So let's keep it around 5, so that it will show only 5 questions, and after that it will create a pagination. So I will do that. And limit number of questions per categories, so you can also limit that. And here you can select this option, random question and answer. So I will click on random questions here. Now you can, whether you want to enable comments or not in the quiz, so you can enable that as well. And whether you want to give this option to deselect answer, like if someone selected an answer and they want to change the answer, then they can deselect it. And if you keep it as no, then they won't be able to change the answer once clicked in the survey, or it's once click in the quiz. And here you can also disable description on the result page, like whether you want to add a description to that answer, so you can do that. And whether you want to disable math jacks, so if you are not running quizzes related to math, you can simply disable this as well. Now let's click on save here. Now let's go to the quizzes and survey tab here. Now let's click on add new, and here you will get a different theme options. Like here, let's click on the first option here. Let's click on default theme, and I will click on next. Now you can set a quiz name, so let's set the quiz like SEO quiz like this, and you can set the form type to quiz, and you can set the grading to both, and you can also enable a contact form. So let's click on yes, and there is the time limit, so you can set a time limit for the quiz. So let's say we want to add around 5 minutes for the quiz, and you can set this option require user login. So as you can see that we have set a global settings in the plugin setting, but you can also enable individually change these global settings if you want. And disable fast page on quiz, so I don't disable that. Now let's click on next. Now here you will get some add-ons plugins, like whether you want to sync with Google Sheets, or you want to integrate PayPal so that user can donate you or something. And here you can integrate with Google Analytics, or you want to integrate with Zapier, so you can do that. And you can also enable a user dashboard for your user. So for this, now I don't want to add any add-ons here, so I will click on create quiz. Okay, now our quiz is created. So here, as you can see that here you can put your questions here, and you can put your answers here. So let me just add a questions here, like what is a ranking factor, and let's say I want to add like website speed, and let's add like content relevance, and let's add like keywords like this. And let's do some changes here. What is a powerful ranking factor like this, and you can set a correct answer. So let's click on content relevance here. So let's assign 4 points here for the right answer, or you can assign 1 point for the right answer, and you can assign 0 point for the wrong answer as well. Now here you can set the question type to multiple choice, multiple response, or here you can set the response time question type like date, number, short paragraphs like this. So I will select the multiple choice, and here you can also enable text answer, rich answers, or image answers. So I will select this option text answer here, and I will click on required here. Now here you can set a correct answer info. So you can set a correct answer like content relevance is the most powerful ranking factor like this, and you can assign like bold, italics, and bullet points like that. You can also enable comment field like this, and you can also add a hint to the user whether they want to, so it will help them to select the right answer. So you can put a hint as well. So I can set a hint like 2. Now you can also add a category. So let's create a category. So I will type like SEO category here, and I will click on save changes. Now here you can also add a feature image for your quiz. So let's click on add question here. Now let's add the second questions, like what is a better way to block a page from indexing. Like you can set a like robots.txt file. Let's add a new answer like sitemap, redirection. So you can put multiple answers here. So let's select the correct answer to robot.txt file. Let's set it to 0.1 and let's keep it to 0.0 like this. and then you can also add a correct answer info. So you can set it like a robots.txt can help you set no index option and block the page from indexing, like this. And let's click on save settings here. Okay, now we have set two questions here like this, and as you can see that you can edit this question as well. Okay, now let's click on contact here, and here you can set a contact form like this, like whether you want to show this contact to login users, or whether you want to disable fast page of quiz, or you can want to disable autofill. So you can select this option as well. So let's click on here. Now let's click on text here, and here you can set this option text before quiz, like welcome to quiz name, and you can also set a comment box text after quiz. So you can like thank you for submitting the quiz, like this. And text for limited attempts, like you have utilized all your attempts to pass the quiz. So you can set different text for different steps here. So let's click on options here, and here we will see all the global settings. So you can change these settings individually for this quiz as well. And here you can select this option quiz submission. So time limit, so you can set it like 5 minutes. And here you can also enable this option for submit after time expiry, or you can set it as no. And you can also enable this option skip validation when time expire, and here you can set the limit attempts to, let's say, 2, so that they can attempt 2 times. And you can set the limit entry as well, like whether you want to change the entries. So let's keep it as 1. And here you can see this option submit action. So whether you want to store the results permanently in database so that you can view it later in your dashboard, and you can also send an email notification. Now whether you want to disable change of answer, so I don't want to disable that. And quiz, so if someone enter let's say 5 wrong answer, then the quiz will be ended. So you can also set this as well. And whether you want to set a option to retake the quiz as well. And here you can see this option display. So whether you want to set a progress bar, so I want to add a progress bar here. And here you can set a question number here. And so opt-in types answer to user, so I can set it as yes. And here you can see all the settings, like whether you want to hide correct answers or not, and whether you want to show results in line. So I don't want to show the results in line, but if you enable this option, then whenever someone click on the answer, the result will be shown just after that questions. So you can also do that. So you can select all these options from here, and you can also set a quiz animation like this. So let's say I want to set a pulse animation, and here you can also set a logo URL here. So let's click on save changes here. Now let's click on the contact form option here, and whether you want to show the contact form before quiz begins or after quiz ends. So let's say I want to show the contact form after quiz ends, and you can see this option show contact form to logged in users. So I will click on no. So the contact forms will show to all users. And whether you want to disable autofills, I don't want that. Now let's click on legacy here, and whether you want to add a social sharing buttons to the quiz, so I will select yes. And whether you want to ask user for name, so I will click on yes, and I will select this option as well. And there is, so let's click on required. So user has to enter the name so that they can proceed to the quiz. Okay, now let's click on save changes here, and there is this email settings of the quiz. So whether you can set an email like this, or you can write the email text as well. Now let's click on result page here, and here you can see that the results will looks like this. So you can modify it using different shortcodes, and you can also set different conditions as well. Now let's click on style here, and by default this free styling is added here, but if you consider the pro plan, then you will get a lot of styling options in this plugin as well. Now we have created this quiz. Now let's click on view quiz here, and as you can see that the quiz is like this, and I can select this option like website speed, and I will select this option robot.txt. Now let's click on submit here, and as you can see that it will selected the right and wrong answer, and whether you want to share it as well or whether you want to retake the quiz as well. Now let's check how you can add this quiz to your page. So for this I will go to the question and answer here, and I will click on quiz and surveys. Now here you can set this quiz using this shortcode. So I will click on shortcode here, and you can click on copy here like this. Now let's go to the post here, and I want to add this quiz to this post. So I can simply add a shortcode block here like this, and I will paste the shortcode, and I will name the title of this page. So let's add it like SEO quiz. Now let's publish this page. Now let's click on view post here, and you can see that it is showing the error because I have already given this quiz. So let me just open this in a incognito mode here, and let's hit enter, and there is this error. The quiz has a limited amount of entries. So let's go to the quiz here. So let's go to the dashboard, and here I will click on quiz here. Let's click on quiz and surveys, and let's click on edit. Now let's click on this option, and let's click on quiz submissions, and this is the limit entries. So let's set it like 0, so that unlimited number of entries can be possible in this quiz. So let's click on save changes here. Now let's go to the post here, and let me just view this post from here, and as you can see that the quiz is now added. So if I select this option, then I can deselect this option as well, and I can select this option, and I will click on submit. Now it will show the quiz answer like this, and whether you want to share it on Twitter as well or want to share it on Facebook as well. So the free version you will not get any styling options, so you need to do some manual stylings in this plugin. So let's check how you can add a quiz using this plugin Forminator. So what I can do is I will go to the dashboard here, and I will go to the plugins, and I will deactivate this plugin. Now let's click on add new here, and I will search for Forminator, and here is this plugin Forminator. So let's install this plugin, and let's click on activate. Okay, now let's click on the settings here, and here you will see this option quizzes in the left side menu. So let's click on here, and let's create a quiz here. So I will click on create here, and whether you want to set a knowledge quiz or personality quiz. So let's keep it like SEO quiz, and I will select the knowledge quiz here, and let's click on continue. And here you can select this paginated quiz. So all the quizzes will be added to the paginated pages, or whether you want to display the quizzes in a single page. So I will click on continue, and you can also collect leads for your quiz, so that whenever someone and giving the quiz, he can enter the name and email address, and you can collect them and use it for your email marketing purpose as well. So let's click on create quiz here, and here you can set the title, and let's keep the title as SEO quiz like this, and let's add a feature image from here. So let me just choose this as a feature image. Okay, now let's click on questions here, and you can add your quizzes questions. So let's click on add questions here, and let's add some SEO quizzes. So let me just find here, and let's click on here, and let's copy some questions from here, and here you can upload a image here as well. So let's add the answer. So I will type like true, and let's add the answer to false. Okay, now let's select this as correct answer, true. Now let's click on add questions. Now let's add another questions. So let me just click on next. Let's copy a quiz question and let's add the answer here. So let's add it like true and let's add it like false. So this is just a demo quiz to show you. So let's add the correct answer to here as well. Now let's click on add questions and one more questions. So let's click on next. Let's copy this as well and let's copy the answers. Let me select this as a correct answer. Let's click on add questions. Okay, we have added 3 questions like this, so you can add unlimited number of questions. Now here you can select the lead as well, so it will capture the leads in a form, and you can set the appearance of this like questions selected, so you can change this as well. And here you can set a custom color for this to all of the answers, like answer blocks, checks blocks, text blocks, so you can change the color to each of the elements from here. Now you can set a custom font, or you can set the use theme font here, and here you can set the layout. Here you can set this option like as a grid or list, so I will prefer as a list. And you can set the quiz alignment to left, center or right, and here it is. And you can set the paddings and margins. So let's publish this fast and let's check the quiz first. Okay, now I need to copy this short code and add it to the post. So I will go to the SEO quiz here and I will change the short code. Now let's click on update and let me just view this post. As you can see that the SEO quiz is added, so the image is showing, then there is this description, and here it will ask you to enter your email address and first name to start the quiz. And I will click on here. Let's click on start quiz, and as you can see that this quiz has started. So let's click on true here, next, false here, next. Let's click on here, next. And here you can click on view answer here, and you can see all the answers like this. So here it will show the answer like this. So in this way you can add a quiz to your WordPress website, and you can further customize this quiz from this Forminator plugin. So let's go to the quizzes here and let's click on here, and there is this option edit. And here you can also manage the behavior, like whether you want to add a paginated quiz and whether you want to show 2 quizzes or 3 quizzes per pages. So I will keep it like 2 quizzes, and after that it will show a pagination. Now whether you want to show the results in real time or whether you want to show the results on submission. So I will select this as on submission, and whether you can set a message for here, and here we want to enable social sharing, so I will enable this as well. And you can set a submissions lifespan, so let's keep it as no, and I will load it as Ajax, and I will prevent it from cachings. Now let's go to the notification, and it will send a email admin notification, or it will send a email to the participant. So you can set up this option here, like you can edit this here, and you can set an email to your users like, hey, thanks for participating in the quiz, and you can set the quiz name, answer, and you can set all the options from here as well. So it will give the option to send an email after the quiz submission. Now you can also integrate with different third-party apps using this plugin, and whether you want to store the data in your database or not. Now let's click on update here. Now let's go to the post. Let's view this quiz, and here it is. I will set yes. Let's start the quiz. And as you can see that now it is showing 2 questions in the first page, and after that it will move to the second page. So let's click on here and let's click on here. As you can see that whenever I am clicking the questions, it is not giving me the answer, so it will give the answer at the end. So let's click on view result here, and here you can see that it is showing the result, and you can see the answers here like this, or you can share this result in social media. So let's click on view answer here, and there is this option. So user can easily check the answers like this after submitting the quiz. So I hope you found this video helpful. You can use both plugins, or you can use one of the plugins in your WordPress website and start a quiz website in your WordPress. So if you have any doubt regarding this, then you can ask me in the comment section. And if you found this video helpful, then make sure to hit the like button. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.